Hey guys, so this is my review of the Amazon RGB Hex lights. The box was delivered on my garage floor, as you can see we're opening up the box, and inside the box you're going to find another box. So we're going to go ahead and open up that second box, and you're going to find a third box. Just playing, it's just the cover. When you open up that box, you're going to find these items inside. You're going to find your two different kinds of connectors, your plug in the wall adapter brick thingy, some zip ties, your RGB controller, a remote, an instruction manual, and of course your LED tubes. And the instructions specifically say test before putting it on your ceiling, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But right before we do that, you're going to see there's two different kinds of tubes. There's an A at the top and a B at the bottom. A has an output and B at the bottom does not have an output. And in case you were curious, each tube measures 18¼ in length. So it looks simple, so just went ahead and just started connecting all the light tubes together. As you can see, it got pretty big pretty quickly. And in case you were curious, from pointy part to pointy part, the hex measures about 38¾ in length, and from flat side to flat side, it measures about 34 inches in length. And if you're not dumb like me, please peel the protective film of each light before you connect them together, please. I'm gonna have to peel it out after. And I got kind of nervous with connecting this part together because I thought it was going to be a tight fit, but as you can see, there's a pretty good amount of wiggle room, so no need to worry about that connection right there. And FYI, in case you ever plug in the wrong LED tube to the wrong connector, you can just get a flathead and pry up the little clip it has right there. And after about 15 minutes, I went ahead and finished the whole assembly. So you can see how to put it on my floor because it just got way too big. And here are some measurements. So from the longest end to longest end, or longest point to longest point, it measures about 96½ inches. And from flat side to flat side, I guess the width would be 67¾ ish in length. And the middle part, in case you were curious, is about 34¼ in length. So I went ahead and slid up the whole assembly so I could plug it into my wall outlet. The cable it comes with is kind of short. So here it is standing up, and this thing is pretty tall. As you can see, my hand marks my eye level. I'm 6 feet tall, and yeah, it's pretty tall. So here it is, first plug-in. As you can see, it's a really bright red, but I couldn't keep it together. So here I am struggling. But here it is in full bright red, and this thing looks awesome. It's nice and bright and red. Looks like Star Wars or something like that. And here's the little rinky-dink remote that came with the lights. Don't forget to take out the plastic tab at the bottom. And here are the colors starting from white. Here is red, green, blue. Then at the bottom you have yellow, cyan, and purple. And then back to white. And this is more of an FYI for me, but here's a full guide on the remote. And of course the parts you probably wanted to see, and probably the reason why you bought these lights in the first place, was because of this. Honestly, my phone did a pretty bad job of recording this. It just looks really white, but in actuality there's a lot of colors going on. And here I am trying to slow down the speed, but before I knew it, it changed to a different pattern because I guess I put it in auto mode, and yeah. There's a lot of colors, trust me, it just looks super white on the camera. So I figured I'd install the lights by now so I could get a better view of how the colors look in my garage. And as you can see, I put Velcro on pretty much the long, straight, horizontal edges of the lights. I figured this thing weighs like 4 pounds, if that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 strips of Velcro will be more than enough to hold this thing up in the ceiling. And here I am lifting it with my left hand with literally like no force, trying to lift it off the ground. And bam! Here are the lights on my garage ceiling in full white. I'll be honest, with my garage setup with the black ceiling and the really dark gray walls, the white isn't as bright as I hoped it would be, but the colors, believe it or not, like the cyan and red, are super bright, so I feel like it's just lacking on the white part. But like I said, it could be my setup, but then again, there's other people on YouTube showing like the white versions of these lights, and there's literally people wearing sunglasses in the thumbnail like this guy. But then again, this guy has not black ceilings, so maybe that has a lot to do with it. But then again, there's other people with black ceilings and they say it's bright as hell, like this guy.
Such good light coverage, it doesn't really make that much of a shadow, so when you're detailing and working on cars, it's really helpful. Also, they're just bright as hell. So obviously,
so I decided to pull up my car and see how they compare, and keep in mind I only have 5 hexes, whereas the dude had 14 hexes. Don't judge my garage, guys. It's nothing like the previous guy's garage. But as you can see, I mean, you could see the paint. But it's not like I'm comfortable like doing a whole paint correction with the car. I mean, It's good for what it is, but I mean, like I said, I would have really hoped they were brighter. The main reason why I picked these lights over just the plain white ones was, I mean, not just because of colors, but because these were dimmable, and like the dude said, they were super bright, and I didn't want a super bright ceiling or garage the whole time, so these had a dimming function, which is why I ultimately went with these guys. And here's a way better angle of the lights. I got the exposure just right, just so the colors could be accurate. And we're gonna check how many different light modes there are. And we're gonna do this at medium speed. There are roughly around 10 different speeds, so we're gonna keep this at 5. I'll be quiet now. Alright, as you can see, we've only got 177 patterns, instead of the 358 that was advertised. I'm not too bummed about it because in the end it's over like 100 different patterns, so I'm okay with that. My final thoughts are that these lights are cooler than what anybody else has in their garage, so I'll be buying more of these. I'm going to fill my whole garage with these lights, so stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.